Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by, man. So I came across, some, news and information out here in these motor streets, man. And I don't know how I feel about this whole 300c thing, like the whole, basically the 392, Chrysler 300. I don't know why they would bring out basically the 392 Chrysler 300, but they won't bring out a Hellcat, 300, because that's basically what it is, a 6.4 liter V8, Hemi V8, probably almost around 500 horsepower. So it don't make any sense to me why, if it's going to be limited production anyways, what would hurt Chrysler to bring out a Hellcat, like special edition wide body version of a 300c? Would that have hurt them really to do that? Stellantis or whatever. Like it doesn't make any sense to me, because that was the whole gripe and grouch and aggravation and frustration that they gave Dodge, because it was like, okay, Dodge, hello, why are you leaving the Charger out? Remember when the Challenger just was getting all these upgrades and all this extra horsepower, demons and everything like that, right? So everybody was like, hey, time out. First of all, if they're brothers, why the Charger ain't getting it? And so the higher ups, they had to step down and say, you know what, we're gonna bring it out too for the Chargers as well, because obviously the fan base was asking for it. We all knew that the Charger Hellcats was gonna sell like hotcakes. This would be the Chrysler. This would be a new mark, a new benchmark that Chrysler could hit if they would just do what the fans asked for, man. But yeah, of course we're gonna jump into the horsepower and some specs, but we already know them. like who doesn't know how much horsepower is in the Scat Pack and the Hellcat already? That I really feel like they should have did, man. I feel like Chrysler dropped the ball on this one. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of bittersweet. The reason why I say it's bittersweet is because, yes, they're trying to do away with the Hemi V8s and they wanted to go out with a bang. So pretty much you're putting all their eggs in one basket, and they're trying to see what they can come up with for the next generation moving forward with those I think Hurricane inline 6 engines and inline 4s. So coming in with horsepower range, you already know a Hemi V8 6.4 liter, pushing out pretty much 485 horsepower and 475 foot-pounds of torque. And they're trying to say, right, that the Chrysler C was supposed to start at pretty much 55k, right? That's cap, bro, because the markups have to be over $20,000 to $30,000. I seen people marking them up as much as 80 grand, bro. 80 grand for a 300c. These are limited productions, limited time only, but I do see they come in 3 different trim levels. It's a 3.6 liter, the 5.7, and now the 6.4 liter. So you have all of those engine listen bro, you have all of those engine trim levels. The only one you are missing is the Hellcat. It to me, even if now they brought out the Hellcat and they didn't even put the supercharger on it, even if they put a 6.2 liter in there and they didn't supercharge it, I don't know, but who would want it without the supercharger? But I'm just saying, what was the reason why you didn't want to do it? Was it the cut cost? Was it something that they never really wanted to do and it was forced by the fan base? Was it Chrysler, Mopar pushing for this for the fan base? Like, I just really want to know the reason why we don't get a 300 Hellcat. What was the reason for that? And another reason I would like to say that just a grouch and it's just annoying and aggravating about the 300, the Chrysler 300, the new one. Why they did not put a wide body on that car? Like, explain. Oh my goodness, Chrysler and Jeep, I love them. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Mopar fan, huge Mopar guy. I have a Charger as well, but why didn't we get a wide body on the 300c, bro? Like, it's just, at this point, it was almost pointless to even do it. Because if you weren't gonna do it right, if you weren't gonna really go out with a bang, why are you even doing it? You know, that's the first thing that's gonna come to everybody's mind. Like, it still looks basic. It still looks like a base model, you know, Chrysler. I don't even know, does it even have a Hellcat hood? I don't even know if it have it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think it have the Hellcat hood. Or should I say the Scat Pack hood? You know, basically that's what it is, right? It's a 300c Scat Pack. That's all it is. A Hemi V-8, you know, pushing out like 485 to 500 horsepower. You know, I seen some people, they ran a test and it got up to like 500 plus horsepower, but they marketed it at 485. I don't know why they did that, but they did. But, and you know, it just, I don't know at this point, man. I just don't know the direction they really want to go in with Chrysler. Now, we know the direction that Dodge wants to go in, Ram and Jeep wants to go in. Clearly, we can see the direction they want to go in. But for Chrysler, are they all in with the Pacifica? Do they want to go hybrid? Do they want to go EV? Like, what is on the table next for Chrysler? Are they going to start dropping those, you know, those Hurricane engines in a new 300 maybe? Are they going to make 400 and make a crossover, something like they used to have with the Pacifica before it became a minivan? You remember those days when they had the Sebring? Why haven't they brought the Sebring back out? You know what I'm saying? And I think they're even finna come out with something like, I want to say we're actually going to come out with something like a Airflow. I want to say, is it like an Airflow or something like that? That was announced, something new. And I think it's going to be all EV, which that's going to be crazy. That is going to be crazy, man. Like, Mopar is going in a new direction, bro, that I can see it. Because when they brought those EV chargers out, they announced them and now they're making sound. And the sound is getting better and better. I'm going to look for a better sound clip from the first version pretty much to now. And so if they put those in the Chrysler 300, you know, the new one, I don't, you know, honestly, bro, I don't even know if this is the last year for the Chrysler 300. I don't know yet. Maybe, you know, because they said that it was going to be the last year for the Durango, right? And the Durango still came back out. So I think it's just year to year, day to day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Stellantis want us to do, man. Even the Challenger's supposed to be coming back. Now I'm hearing the Challenger is going to have that Hurricane, you know, twin turbo, you know, inline six. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be the V, which is, you know, I kind of got a problem with that. I don't know how I feel about inline if I'm trying to mod though, because I've never been an inline 6 or inline 4 guy. But one thing I can promise you, once I heard twin turbos, I was sold, bro. Even turbo, but when they said twin turbo, I was like, oh, that would be like a V Sport. You know how V Sport, but stuff. No, I don't think it's inline, but those are twin turbo engines as well in those Cadillacs. So if Chrysler maybe do something like that with the new 300s, they maybe bring out a crossover and pretty much, you know, put it next to the Hornet. Maybe, I'm guessing that is what the Airflow is going to be. But this whole entire not getting a Hellcat 300 is really bothering me, bro. And this have been bothering me since this was announced, like probably like a year ago or so, right? This have been bothering me for a very long time about Chrysler, and I didn't want to put it in a way so nobody would be like, oh, bro, you're knocking the 300. It's a beautiful, luxurious type car. Yes, I get all that. That's no doubt about it. I love the way the 300 looks. There's nothing wrong with that car in my eyes. I love it. The thing about it, what I was saying was, they didn't add the features on there. They didn't do the upgrades that I felt like the 300 should have came with if we're going out with the blast. If this is going to be the last year for the Hemi V8s, right? So so-called last year, Stellantis is supposed to be cooking something up, but they're not going to announce that because that probably would kill the sales numbers. So you don't want to come out and say, oh wait, we're going to keep the Hemi V8s. Nah, see, that would be bad for business, because now all the markups would be pointless for the dealers and the car salesmen that's out here ripping everybody off and price gouging. For 80 grand for a 300c is ridiculous, bro. That is insane. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just an insane markup. Which is, you can go out and get a Hellcat, a used Hellcat or something like that, or a wide body. You know what I'm saying? You know, Charger, Challenger. Like, you probably even can find a Trackhawk out here somewhere for that price. You know, but the fact that they did not add that Hellcat hood and that wide body on that 300, on that the new Chrysler 300, have every feature except that. They didn't refresh it, they didn't redesign it. It just looks same base 300, but they just dropped a 6.4 liter in there, which is amazing, by the way. But it's just something about that just really got on my nerves when they did not bring out that Hellcat, bro. That just did it for me, because I was like, okay, Chrysler, what are we doing here? What are we doing? But I think I'm gonna leave it right there, man. That was just my little rant, man. I just felt like they're stealing away from their own fan base, like the joy of having one and really want it. And you can go out here online and you can see all these modified 300s out here that they put Hellcat engines and the Hellcat rims, the Hellcat interior, the badges all over it. Beautiful. I give it 5 stars across the map. 300s, the paint jobs. I mean, bro, come on, bro. I mean, we clearly, bro. I mean, listen. Clearly, we could have did better with the 300, with the 392. With the 6.4 liter, but they dropped the ball without bringing that Hellcat, and I think I'm gonna leave it right there, man. So make sure you guys smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell, man, so we can speak on some more of these topics and more cool vehicles and SUVs and trucks that we would like to see Mopar, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram bring out, man. Because speak up and let your voice be heard, because you know, if you don't speak up, man, we don't get these things. You know what I'm saying? So you have to let your voice be heard. So maybe it'll make it to the front office. Maybe we will get a Hellcat. Maybe this video will go viral and say, you know what? Maybe we can, you know, squeeze a couple special edition Hellcats out there. All because of people